Hello, welcome to GBS. Just going to do a bit of a follow-up video on the factory build we're doing. So we're now at the point pretty much ready to install the engine, but we thought it's a nice opportunity to have a look at the engine, some of the ATR parts on the engine. We'll have a bit of a talk through them and the gearbox and so on. So the engine that's going in is the 2.5 Duratec. So that's a brand new, genuine engine from Ford. 2.5 litre with the throttle and that power. We're getting about 218 horsepower and just over 200 pound-foot of torque on a standard internal engine, just with the throttle and the external parts added. So the parts that we add onto the base engine are water pump pulley. We put a slightly larger water pump pulley. Looks a lot nicer. Also just slows it down slightly, stopping the cavitation. You've got your idler, and then your alternator will go on here. We normally put that on once the engine's in the car because it's a bit less awkward to do. We're running our own shortened sump that we've developed that's now available. The standard engine comes with quite a large sump and balance shafts. We get rid of that. We've got a little delete kit that blocks the oil way to the balance shafts, then the sump. This is a billet flange within a fabricated bottom. So we've got it designed for the Zero and the 7 type, but the way we've designed it, if someone wants it for another application, we can very easily modify it, but still keeping the billet flange. We've then got blanking plate on the side, so there was a breather blanking plate on the engine for all the emissions and that, which we don't run. Oil filter housing, standard Ford oil filter housing is massive and drops down, so nice little one, puts the filter in the right orientation. Then you've got your temperature and oil temperature and oil pressure on there. Small high torque power light starter motor. Then we've got our ATR throttle bodies. These are a 45mm injectors in them, very universal fitment, and you can do different angles and that depending on what it's going in. The nice dressing kit just to finish it off. Then we've done the billet oil cap and a blanker on the top. Then we've got a dash 12 fitting for the breather that then comes into the oil catch tank. Then going onto the back, we're running a Lighton flywheel, which we run on all the Zeros. That's a 3.7 kilo flywheel. Just makes the engine a lot crisper, buzzier, nicer. The standard Mazda or Ford unit is absolutely massive, so it's a weight saving on the vehicle, but also it's that rotating mass. Then on this we've got the SADEV gearbox. So we've done it a little bit different because on the Zero we keep the engine at the 10 degrees angle. SADEV box is designed to sit vertically. When we spoke to them at the 10 degrees, it's on the limit of where it wants to be for the oil, and there's no bell housings available that have that 10 degree offset in. So what we've done a slightly longer input shaft on the gearbox, and then we've done this 20mm adapter plate that goes in, which has got offset holes, so it's concentric to the input shaft, but then just rotates it round by the 10 degrees, and the bolts line up, so that sits the gearbox perfectly level with the engine at the 10 degrees as the car's designed. And then the custom shaft, so that's a part we can do and offer now. Running hydraulic clutch, you've got your clutch line, go to the brake, to the pedal box, and then you bleed there. We're going to be running an oil cooler on this gearbox because it's going to be a road track day car, so we've got the fittings will come off there, and there's a little pump. On the gearbox itself, you've got your shifter, your reverse neutral sensors, and then you've got your pot for the position of the gears. So we're going to be running through the Life ECU that we run. We're going to run the full flat shift, so it'll know what gear it's in as it's about to roll on the barrel between gears, so it'll cut the ignition just at the right point, so you've got that seamless flat shifting. And then we're having our four 2-into-1 manifold on here. We're going to go with the black ceramic coating on this one, so it'll look really smart. That's about it on terms of the powertrain. So engine's staying pretty much standard at the sort of 220 horsepower, going for all the nice flat shift on the gearbox and everything. So it's going to be a bit of a weapon on the track. And then that's going on to a full plated LSD diff. And then all the other bits. Then in the next video we'll have a bit more of a look at some of the ATR hubs. So we've got them ready here, so it's having the ATR set up front and rear, but we'll have a look at that on the next video. And then the powertrain will be in the car. A little note just to add on the car, just why it's a good opportunity. On all the Zeros we run a swirl pot fuel setup as standard. You could argue it's possibly a little bit overkill. What we've found though over the years is, some of the other kits out there in cars run swirl pots in the tank or a sump in the tank, and you can get a bit of fuel starvation, especially when you're on track, sticky tyres, lower fuel levels. Having the swirl pot, you've got 1.5 litres in there from the low pressure pump. It always maintains that level of fuel. So no matter how hard you drive in, running the car, you've always got that fuel supply. Just makes it a lot nicer. So we run that on all the cars. But yeah, next video we'll have a look at it with the engine in, have a look at some of the ATR corners and that, and yeah, follow the build as it progresses. But thank you for watching, and look forward to the next video.